So there were a couple of things on the NAS that I've been watching for quite some time. A lot of you that follow my analysis would know from the COVID low to the high and the pullback, I called this 61% retracement months ago. This was a level that I thought would be very, very important, and it turned out to be exactly that. So I think what we need to do going forward is understand the impact that a kind of level like that has, and the chances that that causes a very bullish reaction in the market is quite strong. So that's what we've seen. We've seen this bullish reaction in the market. But what does that mean, and how far is it going to go? So firstly, we had this structure here. So we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure. But it did break out of this resistance, and that's important to note. But if we go down to a smaller time frame, this breakout is also based on another structure, and that's how movements in the market work. Structures within structures. So what I'm looking at is this 1, 2, 3, expecting that to go there, 5, right? So that's a 5 wave structure. Now, generally speaking, on the fifth wave, you get one of two options. It's either going to spike and break, or alternatively, it's going to push back. If it pushes back, what are we going to see? So if we go back to a slightly larger time frame, what I would expect to see initially is a move back from this level. I would expect to see some kind of structure that makes me believe that we're going to see downside. First level I'd be looking at is this support over here. And then a break of that, I'd be looking for a bigger correction to give me a move back down to this original support level over there. And I think that's very, very important to understand, because that would complete a bigger move. We would see then a 1, 2, 3 wave, and only at this point would we know, is the 3 wave going to stop there, or are we actually going to see a proper 1, 2, 3 wave to break this low? And that's very, very possible. The interesting thing about that is that the target would be exactly on this 78% retracement on the original fib that I'm looking at. Okay, so to cut a long story short, the thing that we'd be looking at there is then what happens at this point. Because if we do get a pushback to the upside based on wave theory, I would be looking for a move from this point all the way back up to there initially to give me the 1, 2, 3, 4. And at this point, we'd have to see, do we get a fifth wave to this downside before we get the upside? Or do we get a break, a retracement, and a push? Now, this is the scenario I think is quite likely. With the skepticism in the market at the moment and the way the world's looking at the market, I think it's possible that what everyone's expecting is this wave over here, this last wave to the downside. Well, this first one here, and then at this point, to see the second one down to there. Preferably, and in my opinion, what we're going to see is this. To this level here, down to the sort of 9,000 mark. And from that point, I think we're going to see a rally. We're going to see a breakout of this resistance. And then we're going to see some kind of retracement, followed by another rally to get to new highs. Those new highs, I think, are going to be 19,000, 20,000 and above. So my big buying pressure that I'm looking at putting into the market is at that level.